Hello again. So I just wanted to do a video on this microphone that I just bought. It's a wireless microphone and I have it hooked up to my Canon camera, and I'm going to start filming probably in a higher definition now than what I normally do, and I'm trying to slowly pick up equipment to do so. And this microphone system was really cheap. I'm not going all out expensive on anything. I'm trying to buy the cheapest possible things. So this microphone system was $10, and I did have to make a few modifications to it, and I didn't film any of the modifications I made, but I'll show you a picture of the original on how it looked before and what I did to modify this to work with my camera. So $10, I couldn't pass it up, and I'll also let you know on how the audio quality is. Hopefully it's good. I'm not sure, but we'll see in a sec. All right, so we're back, and I just wanted to show you guys the box that this thing came in. And here you go, wireless headset microphone. It was really cheap, $10. I got it on eBay, I believe it was, and yeah, I bought it because it was $10. So before I show you guys the unit, let's go over what was in the box. So you have here, this is the receiver, this one right here, and then you have the transmitter, you have the lavalier or lapel mic, and you have the headset. This thing looks really dumb. But yeah, so this is the box that it came in. $10 shipped from eBay, and you know what the surprising thing is I only ordered this 2 days ago and it got to me already. Isn't that crazy? Like that's like the fastest shipping ever. So yeah, there it is. All right, so we're gonna go over the device itself. Let's go over the transmitter first. So it's a very basic transmitter. You can see it has a clip. It uses a square battery. If I can get that open. I don't want to pull that open. It was kind of a pain to get that in there. And it just has like the little regular volume, power LED on-off switch. And then this is where you plug in your headset. And this one will go on your body. And this is the microphone, the lapel mic that came with it, right here. So yeah, this just plugs in right here, just like this. Okay, just like that. And you can turn it on. There you go, you see it's on. All right, so that's it. This is the transmitter. Very good. Next, we're going to have the receiver. Now, this is the one that I modified. As you can see, it looks nothing like the picture. This is the receiver. It takes one AA battery to run the receiver. And as you can see, the on-off switch is right here. And when you turn it on, I first turned it on, and the LED did not light up. And I was like, what's going on with this thing? And then I figured out that if you turn it on from here, you turn the on switch here, then the LED will light up. You see? And when you turn this off, I think the LED stays on. Oh no, it doesn't. It turns off. But yeah. So I thought this was broken at first and it didn't work. But yeah. So real quick, let's go over what I ended up doing. So I put a standard 3.5 millimeter jack on here, as you can see right there. And all I did was, as I opened this up, I broke off this one. I think this is a 6 or a 5 or something jack. It used to sit right here, just like that, in there. And I just cut it off. As you can see, I just used some of my nippers, and I just cut it out. And I soldered this little jack in, onto the points. And I just filled the puka up with hot glue. That was it. It was pretty quick, pretty easy. Oh, I did have to cut this area over here on the inside. This is where there was a screw. But the pole, because I put this in there, wasn't going all the way through. So I just had to cut the little pole off that was in there for the screw. But that's okay. It's now hot glued together with a lot of hot glue. As you can see, I filled that whole hole up with hot glue. And yeah, and then it's just these two screws. So 3 screws all together when you first open it up. and I put this on so it'll plug into my camera a lot easier. I know there's adapters, and it did come with an adapter. Where's the box? Right there. It shows you that it does come with an adapter. But that thing, I don't know if it wasn't working or it didn't work. But also, too, it would be sticking out of my camera. So it would be like, where is it? This would be sticking out of my camera along with this pole. So like that. And it was like sticking out. And there's no way that that's going to be a practical way to have audio on this thing, because eventually it's just going to break, or if someone knocks it, it's just going to snap right off. So of course I made my own little modification, and that was just adding this. It was very simple, very easy. I did see some of these wireless microphones that did have it, but they were like $30-$40. I know I'm sounding like really cheap right now, but if I could do the modification myself, then that's fine with me. Save myself $20-$30. But yeah, so if you're wondering where I got this cable from, I cut it off of that headset that I said was stupid earlier. So this is the headset that it came with. I just cut it off and then spliced it. You can see right there. And then soldered it. I used my soldering iron to solder the connections in good, and then I just put hot glue over the connections just so it doesn't break. This isn't going to be a permanent solution, but I just wanted to try something cheap and see if the audio quality is okay. And after I shot that first video, that was right after I finished soldering, I went back and I watched the video, and the audio was actually really good. Right now I have my wired microphone plugged in. It's like my wired headset plugged in, and yeah. All right. Sorry to interrupt the video, but just as a little side note, just in case anybody's wondering, because I forgot to insert this into the video, is the range between these two is pretty good. It's a lot better than I expected. I had my camera originally I was standing in front of my camera shooting the video, and I ran a few tests first to see if the audio was picking up, and sure enough it was. And I wanted to see how far I could get. I was about I'd say maybe about 5 yards, 6 yards away from the camera, and the audio was still picking up good. When I started getting like a little further away than that, I went outside, and I still had my camera set up in the house. It started to kind of cut out a little bit, in and out. You could still hear me talking, but you could hear some interference, some static was starting to build, and I went all the way to my car, which is parked across the street from the house, and yeah, you could still somewhat hear me. It wasn't clear, but you could hear like a little bit of muffled voice coming through. And yeah, so the range is actually really good on this thing, surprisingly. And it's not bad for something that's like as cheap as this was, and you can tell that this is like a total China product. It does feel really cheap, the two of them. It's like a really thin, cheap plastic, but I wasn't expecting much for $10, but I think I did get my money's worth on that. Anyways, let's get back to the rest of the video. So for $10, I think I got a pretty good deal, and the audio was okay. It's not the best audio, but for this new setup that I'm planning on doing in the future, I'm going to start shooting videos more with my camera than my phone. Right now I'm just using my iPhone 8, and the iPhone 8 does a pretty good job of getting video, and supposedly it can shoot in 4K, but when you're indoors, you're definitely not going to get that resolution. I also have like a bunch of lights now. As you can see, it's like pretty well lit. Not the best lighting situation, but I also wanted to save money on that too. And as long as you guys can see this, then yeah, I think it came out great. But yeah, so that's pretty much going to be the end of the video. I just wanted to show off my new wireless microphone system that I did modify myself. This is not part of it. This is let's see if we can focus. This is a USB-C to the iPhone Lightning. It's you can only use it for charging. You can't use it for data transfer or anything like. But this is pretty useful because my fiance has a Samsung phone that uses Type C, and sometimes she needs a charger. So I'll just hand her this if we're in my car, and she can plug in my charger and plug this into her phone to charge. But yeah, these I got a bag of these. I think there was like 5 of them. A bag of 5 of these for like I think it was like $4. Yeah. So yeah, that's what that is. That's not part of the system. But yeah, anyways, this is the Mountain JJ 3308 wireless receiver and the Mountain JJ 3308 wireless transmitter. It's a decent microphone if you're just starting out doing YouTube videos like I am, and I'm not planning on doing this professionally ever. I only do these videos for fun. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. You guys have a nice day.